Podcast Show.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rich Myers, and welcome to the Rich Myers Podcast Show. I'm here tonight with Ava Bentley.
Ava Bentley, yes, sir.
how you been?
I have been well. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Everything's been just so great here in the last few weeks, especially with the release of my new album, Timeless, and so I'm really excited to share some more with that with you.
Okay. Yeah, I listened to your track, "Ghost in the Mirror." It was pretty awesome.
Thank you.
I liked it. What influenced it?
So I have a really good friend who wrote a poem called Ghost in the Mirror, and he shared it with me. His name is Doc. And I read it, and I was so moved by it. And I said, I'd really like to turn this into a song. And I said, I want you to trust me with it. And he did. And it's not all the words from the poem. It's got the gist of it, and it's got some of the structure of the poem. But I thought it was so beautiful, and it was, very touching. It was about a personal experience for him, and so I wanted to be very specific about it. I wanted to be very respectful about it, and I really wanted to capture the core of the poem and what it meant to him as an individual and what he had gone through. And so that was really the inspiration of it. And so I took it and I read the poem, and I started to build the lyrics around it. And I wanted to interweave, certain, of the poem structure into the song. And so that's what I did. And then, of course, if you know AI music and working with the platforms, I also needed to make it have some of that essence of, reaching into your soul and, ghostly type things that, when we look in the mirror, we look at, memories and how do we feel about ourselves and things like that. So I was trying to capture, the essence of, how we're really impacted when things affect our lives, very tragic things. And that's really what the premise of the song was about, the inspiration. And I was so happy that, he trusted me to take something so deep, to him and his, what he had gone through, his pain, and allowed me to bring that song to everyone. And I'm getting a lot of feedback that, everybody goes through trials and tribulations in life, and they have tragedy, and it touches us. It affects us, and that's what I was really trying to capture with the listeners, is that everyone can kind of relate to something we've experiencing. Experienced something tragic, a death, a loss, whatever it might be, and you can relate to that. And that was really the what I was looking to achieve, the emotion I was looking to achieve with the song.
Okay. Well, let's take a listen to it.
Ghost in the mirror, reflections of who I used to be, staring back at me, someone I choose not to see. Images of a man distorted by pain, a ghost from the past, looking back in vain. Like a ghost in the mirror, staring back at me, images I choose not to see, hidden in the shadows, the demon in me, faced with the pain that has overcome me. Images of the past that are fractured like the torments in me. I see the man in the mirror. Does he see what I see? The beauty, the brilliance, the divine, all part of a bigger plan that he is just just beginning to see, like a ghost in the mirror, staring back at me. Images I choose not to see, hidden in the shadows, the demon in me, faced with the pain that has overcome me. The ghost in the mirror, a reflection of me, the past left behind, the future in front of me, the loss that hurt me, the torment no one can see, the divine change that forever altered me. The ghost in the mirror, reflection of me. The ghost in the mirror, the man that came to be. The man in front of me.
Yeah, it was a pretty good song.
Thank you.
It had a
Yeah.
had a good flow to it. Good.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. And I contribute that to, to the poem itself. And then, me putting my artistry on it, and, and then layering the music, and it came out beautifully, and I'm very proud of it. And I think it does represent the essence of what I was looking to achieve with the song. And I tried to put some melodies in there that stop for a moment and you really kind of think you're reflecting. It's taking you to that place to reflect on whatever it is that may have, impacted you. And so I feel it myself when I listen to it. I'm drawn in to it.
Okay. Can you tell me about any other songs and what's next?
Yeah, so I've got the whole Timeless album out. A lot of songs. Starting to push some of the videos out. Pants just came out on a video this week as well, and so I'm starting to bring more of them visually to the listeners as well, and so you'll see more of those coming in the coming weeks. And I'm also working on a TV show called Strike a Chord, where I will be the host. That's following my story, my journey, my backstory, and where I'm going in the future with this. So you'll start to see some things coming out in the coming weeks around press releases around that new show. It's going to be aired on the CW network. So there's definitely more coming with what Ava Bentley is doing, and I'm working on some future albums. Also, I've got an album in the work called Walking Country Song, and I've recently written the cover song to it. But I'm also writing a book, and also going to be labeled Walking Country Song. And so each song on the album will be tied to each chapter in the book, and it's really meant to follow my story and how I got here with you, today. And so, I had more than one tragedy that happened to me. And that's what's going to be captured in the book. I used to say, I'm just a walking country song. And that has never been more true than now. And so, with the latest thing that had happened with, to me with the heart failure and having to have major heart surgery. That was the pivotal point where I said, I am nothing but a walking country song. It wasn't bad enough that I had the vocal cords that were cut and lost my ability to speak for quite some time. And then, regained my speaking ability, but my singing ability was forever damaged. And at least in the way that an artist would go out and perform, I can't do that in that way. So AI made a big difference for me. And so, I'm telling the story, and there's some funny parts, it's not all bad. But, there's been a few tragedies that, led me to become a walking country song. And, so that's going to be coming here in the future. So, and other big things that I'm working on that just haven't, I'm not able to talk about just yet. We haven't fully baked it and signed contracts. So, but there are things in the
Right.
works. But my album Timeless is out, and I've got other albums too. I've got Woman's Intuition, Just Another Sunny Day, and then of course I had a Christmas album that was out also. So, and then Timeless is the one that I'm probably spending more time pushing. It's the newest one. And I think my music is just really good. The songs are really good. And so I'm wanting to, get more listeners. And so I think that's the big stuff that's happening right now.
Okay. Well, at least you didn't give up. you know.
I did not give up, and a lot of people would have. I had to walk away from my career, and I thought, well, what am I going to do? Like, this is all I've known. And this happened by happenstance. Like, it wasn't planned. I just got bored sitting at home in isolation, recovering, and I put everything into the music. And I felt like I had so many stories to tell. I cried, developing a bunch of my songs. I'm like, oh my, that was my story. That happened to me. So that's, it was moving. It was so moving to me. I wanted to share the music.
Okay. Are you from a musical family or?
Not whatsoever. Now, when I was a little girl, a wee bitty baby, I started singing when I was about 2. I could memorize lyrics to a song, and I was actually singing songs before I could fully speak in full sentences. And my dad loves to tell the story of the John Denver song, "Thank God I'm a Country Boy." I was singing that in its entirety before I could fully talk. Music was my first language. But ironically, no, no one else in the family has any real musical ability. And so it wasn't a big thing. So it's not like I was doing it all the time. Now, I tortured them a lot because I would write lyrics and do performances during holidays or just at random on weekends. So I did a fair bit amount of that, and they humored me, but I'm pretty sure it was torture for them. But yeah, no, they have no musical ability. It's me, myself, and I. I'm all alone. And now I'm torturing them again because I make them listen to all the songs I make. My mom wants to come over. I'm like, well, you know what that's going to mean, right? I'm going to make you listen to all these songs before I, publish them or produce them. I think she's coming over less lately.
Okay. What was your first music teacher like?
What, my first music teacher, I think I was so young. I think, when you're little, they're trying to just help you get through, the sessions and try to teach you the proper way to sing. And clearly I did not learn the right way because I did damage to my vocal cords, and why I had to have that, vocal cord surgery to begin with. So if she's listening now, she probably wouldn't be too thrilled with me, from that standpoint. But, as I went through grade school and into middle school, you get technically better. And I think the teachers, go further with technical capability. And do I think any of them would remember me? Maybe, but I would do a talent show here or there. I was in the choir. I wasn't making a lot of noise, but I remember in the 7th grade when I sang a performance, that's when like I became more popular at school. Like everybody wanted to talk to me. Like we didn't, you were just some shy little girl, in the corner. All of a sudden you get on the stage and you're like singing, and I was getting boys who wanted to get my phone number. And so it was like, oh, this is so cool. Um, but that was about the extent of it. But I did want to go to Nashville and sing when I graduated from high school. That was, I kept telling my parents, I'm going to be a country music singer. I'm going to go to Nashville. And well, let me just say, I didn't make it to Nashville. I went a different direction.
Okay. Where can people go and see your videos, music, and events?
Yeah, so they can see me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. They can hear my music. They can hear all of my music on Spotify, YouTube. They can hear it on iTunes. They can hear it on Pandora, iHeartRadio, and many others. So I am streaming on 23 different global platforms. So it will be pretty easy to find me. They can also visit my website to learn more at avabentley.com. And there's more coming. I'll keep pushing more information out as we look to have any sort of fan base at events. Those are coming. They're in the works. We're going to travel to 20 cities across the United States, and not global yet, but definitely in the US. But we'll look at global sometime in the future. And with the TV show coming, there will be some announcements here in the near future about the TV show and where to tune in and see that. And it's all around, all my albums, my music, and my backstory.
Okay. Maybe I can have you back again or something.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to come back. I really appreciate you having me.
Okay. What do you do when you not doing music?
Well,
What would you like?
now, yeah. So now that I've retired from my previous career, I'm doing all music now, which I'm finding a lot of enjoyment in. It's a lot of work. I think people will be surprised, and you know this by doing some of the AI, yourself and exploring it. It's not as easy as just push a button. You're pushing buttons all right, but there's a little bit of complexity in it. But I'm truly finding fulfillment in it and writing the songs. And songs pop in my head all day long. I see a word, and all of a sudden there's a song forming, and I have to stop and write it down so I can, go back and start working with the technology to build the song. So I think for a while, for now, I've got so many stories to tell, things that happened to me in my life. And I think the other important thing is I'm listening to other people's stories, and they're helping me shape my music. And I think Ghost in the Mirror is a perfect example of somebody sharing something very personal and deep and trusting me to write their story. And we're looking for ways to have fans, share something similar and, be able to bring their stories to life too. So there's things in the works to help with that. So I think for a while now, Rich, this is what I'm going to be doing. And I love it. I'm having the most fun. And, I just want to keep having fun with it, and we'll see where it goes.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on the show tonight. I really enjoyed
Absolutely.
having you.
Thank you. Well, I look forward to coming back. And when I come back, I'm going to have a lot more to tell you about. And I think there will be more songs, and I might be, a little bit bigger. And, I think people are starting to listen and tune in. And that's very exciting. So I'm really happy they're enjoying the music.